Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work, and I appreciate you guys checking in on it. Thank everybody for all the thoughts and the prayers and everything else for my brother and things. I appreciate, believe me, I appreciate it. I've been a little bit out of it. I haven't been doing as much as I normally do. You know, it just kind of hits you. And, I'm not the only person that's lost somebody, so I've got no room to talk. But anyway, the Dallas Cowboys, coming off of the bye week here, are getting back to business. And just because it's the bye week doesn't mean that the Cowboys, it's kind of chilly out, doesn't mean that the Cowboys are not still trying to get themselves some players. And we have some holes on the defensive linemen after losing Emerson Griffin and Gerald McCoy and Tristan Hill getting his knee messed up and things. We're still a little bit short-handed, and Tyrone Crawford is still technically in the COVID protocol, although he may come back. Stephen Jones always says that player acquisition is a 365-day-a-year job, which is the truth. You are constantly looking for guys to make your team better. And sometimes you'll end up finding a David Irving. David Irving, who consequently enough, was on the Kansas City Chiefs practice squad. And we ended up stealing him. And he actually had a lot of promise. Unfortunately, things didn't work out. He didn't get along with Jason Garrett. And he loved Mary Jane. Do you love me, Mary Jane? Yeah, he liked to pass the Dutchie from the left-hand side. Pass the Dutchie from the left. Okay, sorry. Anyway, he didn't work out, but he's actually back with the Raiders. I don't know if he's actually made it on the field or not. So the Dallas Cowboys, interestingly enough, ended up getting Breland Sparks. Speaks from the Kansas City practice squad. Could this be lightning striking again, and that maybe he can become the next David Irving? Well, he was a second-round draft pick. In fact, he was picked 4 spots before we ended up picking Connor Williams. He had a lot of promise for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs kind of think, or you look at Kansas City, and they have a lot of depth. Interestingly enough, part of the team is Taco Charlton. Taco. So this brother is 6'3", about 290 pounds. He had a knee injury last year. And in his career, I think he's got 24 tackles and 1.5 sacks. And again, this is one of those moves that, okay, you're signing a practice squad. We can bring him in, see what we got, and see if, he's going to be worthwhile for us. If it doesn't, well, it's not going to cost you a whole lot of money, like, say, Dontari Poe or Emerson Griffin or, some of the other guys that we've signed. So it'll be interesting to see how well he works in there. I'm actually working on a video, and I'm not quite finished with getting all my research together. But the Cowboys are at a crossroads with Aldon Smith. Aldon Smith has been playing well. When you look at some of the statistics that he has, he's second in the team in pressures and first in sacks. And you look at it and say, yeah, that's a guy we want to keep. But should they? That is the real question, because we've gotten to the point where we're saying that's the kind of guy we got to keep on the team. And a couple of times, and I've got to get my numbers exactly right, but a couple of times it's come back to bite us in the ass really bad. And I want to get those numbers and stuff together. But I'm not saying, listen, I'm going to give you the pros and the cons of this thing, because it's one of those things you got to look at and say, is it better off to pay him, or is it better off to let him go? And we've been in times where we paid him, and we've had times where we let him go. And we're going to take a look at that and see how that works out. So again, Cowboys aren't sitting pat. They signed another defensive lineman. We'll see if he makes it out on the field or not for us. But I'm happy that the Cowboys are, at least with this season being as bad as it's been, at least the Cowboys are maybe looking at this as this is really an extended off season to 2021. where we're going to try and get everything together. We're going to experiment with things. We're going to try and find the players that fit the system. We're going to clean house of guys that are dead weight. And when we come back the next time, we're going to come back for real. At least that's my hope. That's all we got right now. That's all we got. So I'll be back in a bit to get that other video together, but this just came across and I wanted to present it to you. All right, peace.